Well, hello, Scrapper Names fans. How are we all today? I am back with a beautiful 12 by 12 mixed media layout. This one was for the August Anna's Craft Cupboard mini challenge, where you had to use washi tape in your layout in the background. Um, so yeah, I know that we're on the 1st of September, and this probably won't go up until over the weekend. But hey, it was a good layout. So I'm just dabbing on some of the Distress Oxide in the, let me see, worn lipstick. And then I'm just using my brush here with some water and just moving it around the page or spreading around the page with the brush. I debated whether or not to use the packaging technique on this, but I really wanted to give this whole, see how it went with just using water on a brush. And I don't have any, I just knew I wanted it across the background. I had a rough idea in my head what I wanted to do. And then, just play as I go kind of thing. So just, as you can see, it comes out really quite smooth and nice, and you don't lose any of that colour, which was really, really cool. I was really happy with it. So I just gave it a quick shot with my heat gun. Didn't need a lot. Now the paper I'm using, the cardstock I'm using is Basil Marshmallow, or a version of Basil Marshmallow cardstock that I got at one of the craft shows here a little while back. I think it's from Catchy Crafts. I think it's their version of it, and it's actually done really well. It didn't sort of warp too much or anything at all, so I was really happy with that. So I've gone with some pinks to match some of the colours in the photo of this is a photo of my stepdaughter with her dad, so my partner, at a family function a few weeks back. It's a really gorgeous photo. It's added bonus that she's quite photogenic too, so it makes it quite lovely. But yes, she's wearing a pink top, so I've gone with the pink being sort of the key colour with a dash of blue here and there. So what am I doing? I'm fighting with the washi. This washi that I brought randomly the other week when we were out at Harvey Norman, and it just says party fun all through it. And it's not so much a pink, but more like a red colour. So I'm just going to put that along the back. I didn't actually add any extra glue to the washi, and it stuck quite well on that mixed media, I'm guessing, because it's sort of a thin coat of the ink. It's not, or the oxide ink, but instead of sort of something really heavy like paint or anything like that. So when I saw the mini challenge, I knew I was going to do something like this. I knew I'd put the washi tape a bit like this in the background. And then I decided I wanted to get a bit mixed media and go all out with it. And as I said, I really love how this layout turned out. I don't know about anyone else. Do you ever come, like, I love all my layouts and spreads and all the rest of it that I do, but there's some that I just love, and this is one of them. It just came together so well, I think, and it's all sort of coordinated really well, and yeah, I really like it. So I sort of was a bit worried I might have gone a bit overboard with the washi strips, but in looking at it now, I think it was just right. Now I'm going to come in here and add some blue. I needed some pops of blue to match in with the blue jacket and that my partner's wearing. So I did debate how I was going to do this, and I just went with, let's just have a bit of a play and splosh it on bits and pieces. So yep, you see here, I'm just going to flick it around, and there you go, magic, it's done. And it didn't take too long to dry, which was really easy for me. While I was playing around with what I was going to add elsewhere, it dried, the acrylic paint dried. So that was just a blue Kaiser Craft one. I'm not sure exactly of the colour. Hang on and I'll have a look. Sea Breeze, it's called. What? Then go and play. So I've just added some strips of glitter blue. Just again, add some pops of blue in there to match that jumper. And I'm just smoothing out some of the bits here. There was some thicker bits of paint, so I just wanted to smooth them out a little bit. I wasn't sure if I was going to, yeah, as you can see here, I go to layer the photo, but I didn't want to add too much blue. I wanted to leave that sort of pretty soft pink as the main sort of colour in this layout. So I end up not layering the photo actually on anything, and sticking to my original plan with the washi background. And then I mount this photo on some craft foam. Is that what I'm doing now? Maybe? Oh yeah, there you go. So that's what I'm going to do. Just pop it up a little bit so it really pops out and stands out off the page. Now I fight with as usual, my wet glue, but unfortunately it was pretty much gone. So I end up putting a little bit on and hope for the best and just go, right, well, can't be bothered to plug in my hot glue gun and wait for it to heat up because I was on a roll. So I end up just using double-sided tape to actually adhere it to the background. But I think because the washi was there, it's not a big problem. Like it wouldn't stay adhered to the page. Alright, so just, sorting that out, adding some craft foam bits. And then I will stick it down. Here we go. So this is my dreaded wet glue. I think I need some more now because I've obviously run out, but I'm really just not sure if I'm going to get that one again or whether or not pick something else. Can anyone recommend like a wet glue that they really like that's not too expensive I can just pick up in store somewhere? Because if you do, leave me a comment so I can pick a new one. I want a good one, but not. I mean, this one was alright. It just was annoying to get out all the time. Alright, finally adhering the photo. Come on, yep.
That's back for you.
Alright, so I've just added some more pieces there. Now these ephemera pieces are from my August Kitaholic kit. It was just the last remaining bits. Some are the die cuts from the Girl Squad Pebbles Ink Girl Squad collection, and then others are from the printables. I added a little bit more touch of green flowery washi to the top and the bottom of that photo, just again to add a pop of different colour there. Alright, so what you saw there was a cut apart sheet again from the Girl Squad collection, and I've just cut some pieces out that I'm thinking of using around my page. I actually cut them down. I don't always use them as the squares. I find when I've cut them, use them of late on layouts, I've sort of cut them out or cut them down a little bit. I don't like that big sort of bold square. It just doesn't seem to sit on the layout very well, to me anyway. Alright, just fiddling around with a cluster at the bottom of the page, which unfortunately I'm sorry you can't see at the minute. Alright, and now I'm going to work on my title. Again, these gold thickers came in my Kitaholic kit. I was going to go with something like Dad's Princess or something, but I changed my mind. It would be too long. So my title is just Dad's Girl. Oh yes, and I play around with where I want it. Instead of putting it at the top as per usual, I decided to stick it to the side here. Now don't make you have to watch all this. So ready and boom, it's done. Alright, now these little glittery hearts, they come in different sizes as well as different tones of like pink and red. I think are a Hello Love set. It got given to me by a friend of mine. But yeah, so I use the rule of threes here, and I'm going to add 3 hearts, 2 from that pack, and then I'm actually going to use a pink coloured acrylic shape that also was part of my August Kitaholic kit. So, and what you can see up there is what's remaining of my kit. Alright. What am I doing? Oh, I mustn't have hid the cluster down the bottom I was going to do. Alright. So yeah, I start, as you can see, sticking more of my ephemera down now just to get it going. I pop this little square piece that says "You're my person." Again, it was part of that Girl Squad cut apart. I put that, put that on the foam tape and pop it in along the side here. So what I've tried doing is done some little type clusters around the page, just because that center is taken up with all the washi and the paint and the ink. I didn't want to take away from that, and I didn't want to make it too busy. So I just thought some small little clusters would work really well. I'm actually doing really well with the clustering, I think. Sometimes I can do it, and other times I just seem to not have the knack. This time I seem to have the knack for it. Anyone else find that sometimes when you do layouts, when you're doing your craft stuff, you sort of can be on a roll and everything goes, you go, yeah, that's working really well. And other times you're like, I really want to try, but it just never seems to work. All right, sorry if you can hear kids in the background. I have my niece, my daughter, and my other little niece here, although my little one's asleep. It's just the two girls playing in the background at the moment while they wait to go to school. No, not you, darling. All right, so this little cluster has a phrase piece from the printables, that little flower cut apart, and I come in at the end. I've added some more blue washi there, just to tie in some more blue in sort of pops of blue, and it's got some floral pieces which match sort of that florally flower piece I'm going for. Now, as I said, this was taken a few weeks back at a 10-year wedding anniversary of my partner's brother and his wife. It was a really nice day, actually, and if you have a look at the photo in the close-ups, you can see my stepdaughter there has a little flower crown in the hair, hence why I went with sort of a florally sort of theme as well. Yeah, it was an absolutely beautiful day. It was really nice. And as I said, this piece that I'm sticking down here is just from the August printables. And so is these rose pieces. Being that this layout was done actually on the end of the last day of August, so 31st, so I got these entries in, this one and another layout, Project Life, that I'll do and put up probably soon, so it's not too far out of August. Yeah, we're done at the last minute, but I wanted to try and use as much of my August kit as I could to sort of kill it before the September one. I think I still have a bit of the ephemera pieces left, so if I don't get using them today, I think I might sit on the weekend and I might try my hand at some of these making your own embellishments and things. So we shall see how I go. I was a bit worried this Hello Darling was too big for the layout, and I played around where it was going to go. And it was a bit almost nervous in using it just because it was so big. But I think it worked really well in that top corner. It didn't sort of take away from the sort of the photo in any way. It didn't clash with anything. It was just a nice little sort of cluster in that top corner there. I'm just using my little mini stapler there to adhere that little banner. Good. Well, I don't have any. All right, so just adding the date there with my marker. And I think this layout might be nearly done. Oh, I add another little cluster to the side of the photo, and then add a few other little bits and pieces, some of those wooden buttons. That's what they are. All right, so these little wooden buttons, I don't know if it was this month's, no, it must have been last month's kit, as in July's kit. They came in that, and I haven't used them a great deal. I'm not sort of used to using something like this. These and flares I like the look of, but I never sort of find them a use for them. I think it's sort of not sure how they fit, but they worked really well. And I went with the whole rule of 3 again, and I added 3 of these across the page as well. I think, I don't know if I said, but these are from Chamel. Now I add, just waiting to see if that's what I do next. I'm saying it's probably going to be. Yes, so I'm pulling out some old ephemera pieces that I had from last month again, July, I think, maybe. I think is it Chamel as well? Can't remember. Just to make another little smaller sort of cluster here. So it's just a key with a lock. And I do use this wet glue here. This is my Tombow Fine Line glue. Just goes well because it's such a small piece, a thin piece. And I did contemplate using, originally had planned to use some blue sort of splatters across the page just to, as I said, tie in the blue. But then I did the acrylic paint, and then I sort of wondered at the end whether or not I should add the splatters, but I changed my mind. I think the layout was complete. It had enough on it as such. And, yeah, so now I'm just adding a little jiggly border just to finish it up. And this one is pretty much done. I have some close-ups for you, I think, at the end, as well as links to my other social media pages. If you liked this, please give me a big thumbs up. It's always nice to see that people are enjoying my work. Leave me a comment if you have any questions, or even if you just want to say hi. Yeah. And don't forget to subscribe. So you can find me as well, like I said at the end, on Instagram, and I have a blog. They're linked at the bottom here at the end. And yeah, so, oh yes, I add these little phrase stickers as well that were in this month's kit. So one says, always your little girl, and there's another one I add that says, daddy's girl. Took me forever to find the one that says daddy's girl, because I knew it was there, but do you think I could find it when I wanted it? Always the way. So yeah, so this one I will put as a bonus sort of video, I think, because it is the 1st of September today here in Australia, and obviously this was from August, so I don't want to push this layout too far back. I did have a video go up earlier this morning, so have a pop over and have a look at that one as well. But yeah, so I will see you again shortly with another process video, and thanks for watching. Bye.